Hi, okay, this is Mazha. I just remembered something about him. Well, when he's harassing me, this past, since 2007. But anyway, this past couple of years, he's been bragging about how he's been spying on the sultans and people in the government basically, all these years, and the upper business people, politicians, and whatnot. And I remember that when I was daripada my teens or whatever, I can't remember, daripada dulu, every time we go to London, he used to say he loves to go to this spy shop. There's this spy shop in London, in a mall or something. I can't remember. It sells all these spy gadgets, and he used to say he loves going there. So I wonder, like, who has he been spying on all that while? Like, I mean, it's one thing, like, he had the police and everything doing all the stuff for him when he was PM the first time, right? But he used to say, oh, he loves to go to this spy shop in London. So he used to go to that shop, but I never follow. He'll just mention about it. One time I did follow, because usually when we go overseas, we go shopping. He loves to go shopping when we're overseas and whatnot. And one time we went to that mall. I can't remember what it was. And I remember I saw some stuff. It was a strobe light or something in a different shop, and I was like interested in getting it. And he went to this spy shop. I think it was like in the middle. It was like this shop, and it was in the middle of the mall, or I can't remember what it was. And it had all this like spy stuff, spy equipment. Remember, I think this was like early 2000s or late 90s or something. So I don't know like why or who he's been using this stuff on. I know that he's been spying, like, since 2007. He started this harassing me and doing all this stuff. He's been spying on me, going everywhere. Not spying, he's been harassing me and stalking me, and he knows everything that I do and whatnot. While he gaslights me with the family and whatnot. And recently, this past few years, he's been bragging about how, because I said, other people would know about this, like, about all the stuff that he's planning and stuff. And he basically said to his goons, he can just check, spy on the sultans, on the government and everything, to see who knows, if anyone knows about this. And he's definitely not doing it with the police, obviously. So he's doing it by himself. So yeah, I thought this would be something important to mention. Did I mention the date? It's May the 19th, roughly 11:33 or so. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd mention this. And his goons and everyone's like bragging, saying that, oh, who's gonna believe? Now you have to understand, he has been putting up a fake front in front of everyone. He's been lying. He's been playing this good guy, Mr. Clean routine, this innocent old man thing. But he's anything other than that. I know, because I know what he does behind the scenes, and people are scared of him. But I never knew why before, until all this started, and he started basically pecah lubang sendiri lah, and while he's harassing me. And it's so many things. It's like with mummy and whatnot and the family, like, people think it's like, oh, all good, happy, oh, such a sweet couple, also sweet this, but it's all lies. I've seen him mentally. He basically mentally abuses mummy. He's a cliche abuser, but he doesn't do it physically. Now you have to understand, he's the type of person, he will never want to leave a trace, so he'll always do things indirectly. Like, for example, harassing me and gaslighting me. When he wants to do something to me, he'll get other people to do it. Like, he'll get the family to do it, he'll get the brothers and sisters to do it. Like in 2007, he got the brothers and sisters to do it, just to keep his hands clean. Now, he does this for two reasons. One is to keep his hands clean, and the other is to get the others scared. So he threatens them and say that, well, if they don't cover up for him, then they'll look bad, and they're going to go down as well. So that's how he does things, right? So yeah, he does this all the time. And if he doesn't get caught, fine. But if he gets caught, he's gonna flip it around and say, "Oh, it was them. Why did they do it? They are the ones who should get into trouble." It's the same like yang recently, yang Batu Putih tu pun, it was the same thing. If he didn't get caught, he would just keep quiet. PM's orders, who cares, right? According to him, if he gets caught, oh, why did you do it? Blah blah blah. So anyway, he's been doing these things, and I've seen him mentally abuse mummy quite a lot of times. In fact, I remember seeing it from way back when. I think it was 97, 98, but I didn't have context at the time. I didn't know he was like that back then, because he covers it very well. He doesn't show it. He's very on the down low. He does these things. I bet all the politicians who work with him daripada dulu when he was PM1 knows all about this. I bet you they have like tons of stories on this. But this is how he operates. And then he presents himself to the world like he's this clean guy and whatnot, but that's how he does things. He forces others to do things. Like even the family is scared of him. I've seen the brothers and sisters like not talk him out of things or whatever. He pulls his rank card, threat cards, he starts threat and everyone's just like, oh shit, don't know what to do. But anything happens, he'll say, well, you're the one who did it, you get into trouble. So this is how he does things. This is how he runs things. I assure you, semua benda tu, semua bullshit. He is two different people. He is completely two different people, depan and belakang. Like completely different. In front of people, he's one way. With the family, he's a completely different way. When he thinks no one is looking or no one is listening, he's a different, he's a completely different character. So dia memang bertopeng dia memang bertopeng. But people don't know this because it's, with the family and people in the know and politics don't dare ever mention this about him because they're literally scared of him, right? He's basically the boogeyman. So, this is why. So people don't realize this, but I thought I just mentioned that, about, I thought about it like, yeah, if you're PM, like, why do you always love going to the spy shop, in London? And then who are you spying on? Why are you buying spy gadgets? And who are you spying on, right? And like I said, when, he terkantoi while harassing me with his goons, he's just gonna, spy on the sultans and the government and the politicians and the business people to see who knows, who has info, about him, doing all this stuff to me and his coup plot and his international plot against the Islamic world. So he was doing that. So I just thought it's an important thing that people should know. He is not the man that people think he is, especially the younger generation. They don't know how he was in the 80s and 90s. All the old timers all know all the shit he used to do. But when he stepped down the first time as PM, which the whole thing pula I fikir balik and it was just a big show. It was just a big show because he knew that his reputation and UMNO's reputation at the time because of him was tanking. So he needed to get out before the ship sank so he looks good. And that's literally what he did. And he reinvented himself. He tried to reinvent himself, as this like, innocent man, one of the rakyat. I mean, just look at what he did during Bersih, right? He did the exact same scam. And the moment he became PM, what did he do? He basically fuck you the whole rakyat and everything. Now, mind you, I never supported Bersih or anything. I'm not political in the least bit. Langsung tak ada Langsung aku tak political langsung. So, but I noticed these things. Right? I noticed. And especially at the time, I already knew he was up to no good. I already knew he was lying. But back then, I didn't know what his plot was, what his plan was. So I had to play it safe. Because at the time, he was like, he was gaslighting me. The family was stuck in the middle. They didn't know what to do. And he basically threatened them. And I know he threatened them because I saw the looks on their faces. They were all like, tak tahu nak buat apa kan. And he was like, the boss and, like no one dare question him. And it's not just the family. It's like other people as well. So people have to remember this. He is not the man that they think he is. And in fact, I did that video recently yang bulan January he kantoi on the Shock podcast where he tried to bullshit a whole new generation, completely forgetting that he already kantoi the thing in the older generation. But he literally does this all the time. He will muka tebal kelentong people the moment he thinks that the coast is clear and people have forgotten, he will do it again because that's how he operates. He operates based on expecting people to forget and then trying the same con again. Right? This is what he does. So the Malays dia selalu ingat, and dia cakap, oh Melayu mudah lupa, mudah lupa. Melayu always think that he says that for out of the good of his heart or whatever. Tak, he's actually mocking the Malays. I know, sebab daripada kecil he's always been on the down low, on the sly, duk hina the Malays and everything. Like depan Malays konon-konon, oh because he cares. Behind at home, outright hina. Dia pandang rendah because he doesn't view himself as a Malay. He views himself as a British Malay. You know, he's so Anglophile. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. And God knows what he gets up to, because every time we go to London pun, he always just goes meeting sana, meeting sini. I don't even know who he has meetings with. You know, he just like, we always go. It's always like, you know, usually like me, Mummy, Mai, we go to like Hyde Park, you know, feed the squirrels and things. And then, you know, kalau pergi pun anywhere for lunch, dinner, shopping, you know, go shopping here, shopping there, and all these things. But he'll always disappear and go meeting here, meeting there, and you know, he loves meetings, you know, all these secret meetings and all these things. But yeah, definitely dodgy when I think about this. Like, why do you need to go to a spy shop and buy spy gadgets? Who are you spying on? You know, like, okay, if you're the PM, you can just ask the police to do stuff, right? Why do you need to do stuff solo by yourself unless it's something dodgy? So tak tahulah, you know, what this is, but this is a fact. This is, he always used to say he loves that shop, the spy shop in London. So anyway, yeah, thought I put that there.